Have you ever felt constantly stressed or had trouble falling asleep? That's exactly why I tried KSM-66 Ashwagandha for 2 weeks. Because everyone talks about it, but I wanted to see what actually happens when you actually take it consistently. I kept it simple. 1 dose a day, same time, no other changes. No stacking supplements, no changing my routine. Because I wanted to know if this alone would do anything. The first few days, nothing. And I think that's important because a lot of people try something once or twice and expect a big shift. If you quit in the first few days, you'll probably think it doesn't work. Around day 4 or 5 is when I started noticing something, and it wasn't physical, it was mental. I just felt calmer. Not tired, not sedated, just less reactive. Things that would normally stress me out didn't hit the same way. It wasn't that stress disappeared, it just didn't spike as hard. And that's kind of the whole point of ashwagandha. It's an adaptogen, which basically means it helps your body regulate stress instead of constantly overreacting to it. So instead of your cortisol going up and down all day, it smooths that out a bit. And when that happens, a lot of other things start to shift too. By the end of the first week, I started noticing it in my sleep. Falling asleep was easier, and I wasn't waking up as much during the night. It wasn't a knockout effect, it just felt more natural. Like my body was actually winding down instead of staying alert. And that lines up with what's happening internally. If your cortisol is lower at night, your body can actually move into a rest state instead of staying in that stressed alert mode. Energy was probably the most subtle change. I didn't feel a boost like caffeine, but I also didn't crash in the afternoon. It just felt more steady. And honestly, that kind of steady energy is probably more valuable long-term than spikes and crashes. Now here's where I think people get this wrong. They expect something dramatic. And this isn't dramatic. It's subtle, but consistent. And over time, that subtle shift adds up. Another thing I paid attention to was timing. I took it at the same time every day, and I do think that matters. Not because there's a perfect time, but because consistency is what allows your body to actually adjust. This isn't something you take randomly and expect results. You have to give it time. I also didn't notice any major side effects, which is probably why so many people stick with it. It's not aggressive. It's not overwhelming. It just kind of works in the background. That said, it's not a magic fix. If your sleep is terrible, your stress is high, and your lifestyle is chaotic, this alone isn't going to fix everything. It works best as something that supports a good routine, not replaces one. So if you're already doing a few things right, this can help you level that up. But it's not going to override everything else. By the end of the 2 weeks, the biggest difference for me was just how stable everything felt. Less stress reactivity, better sleep, and more consistent energy. Nothing extreme, but enough that I could clearly tell something had shifted. And honestly, that's probably why it works for so many people. It's not trying to force your body into something. It's just helping it regulate what's already there. So overall, I'd say it's worth trying if your goal is stress support or better sleep, but only if you're willing to stay consistent and not expect instant results.